Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason. As always, my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Mr. Zack Partridge. What up?
What up, dog?
I'm excited about this podcast.
Yeah, this is
we have another fighter spotlight, and this is a kind of a unique podcast, which I'm so excited about. As soon as we found out Blake Foster was coming on, Blake is going to be fighting September 18th on the SteelFist Fight Night promotion card. And he will be fighting in the main event, Mike Augerlovie. And for those of you who do not know, this is the Blue Power Ranger versus the Red Power Ranger. So very excited. Welcome to the podcast, Blake. We're excited to have you on and chat with you today, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you guys reached out to me. I wasn't really planning on doing much, podcasts and stuff. I've kind of been turning a lot of people away, but since you guys are connected with SteelFist, I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it.
Thank you.
I honestly, I don't have much to do because I've been training so much. So I was like, I got a little spare time on Friday. Let's knock out a podcast or two. A couple Power Rangers do podcasts and stuff like that. They've been reaching out to get me to do it. And I'm just like, dude, I'm so busy. I'm working. I got a fight coming up. I don't have time for this stuff. But since you guys are related with SteelFist, I was like, let's knock it out the park and talk about it.
Yeah, this is much more of like an MMA podcast than like the Power Ranger stuff. Like the fact that you and Mike, like Power Rangers and stuff, that stuff's cool. But like what we more care about is like we've seen Mike in the SteelFist cage before. He's had 12 amateur fights for him. He's making his pro debut. I believe this is your first MMA fight, right? So what we want to know is like, can you guys actually fight? Like, I don't care about the Power Ranger stuff. We're talking about like, this is MMA. So like, what have you been doing to get ready and how start?
For me, I grew up in a martial arts dojo. My parents got me started in karate even before acting. I was training martial arts since I was 5. My lineage is Tong Sudo. I got my black belt under Grandmaster Tom Bloom out in Agora Hills, Johnny Gyro. I fought with the, Los Angeles Raiders back in the day, Barry Gordon, Alvin Crowder, and things like that. I am a continuous fighter, so point sparring and continuous is a little different. I started off obviously younger at point sparring where you get a point, they'd separate you, call decide who got the point first. But then it transitioned as I got later in life to continuous fighting, which is 2-3 minute rounds. You accumulate as many points as you can. So it's basically like a fight. I got my black belt when I was 12. I started training with Rob Gooch over at GTA. Actually, I just got my 4th degree black belt under Grandmaster Mark Cox. I tested. I have a son, so I kind of like try to pave the road for him and try to keep him into martial arts. And he's got to get his black belt in Tong Sudo, but he's been training jiu-jitsu and stuff with me over at GTA in Woodland Hills with Rob Gooch, who is a pro fighter. And I got a really strong, solid team over there with these guys. And I fell into this when we started talking with Mike about the whole, let's do a fight for the fan type of deal. He had originally called out the Green Ranger, my teammate on Power Rangers, and I didn't like it. And I was like, wait, who's this guy in here calling some shots, stepping into the Comic-Con world? I was like, dude, why don't you fight somebody your own age? And that's how it came about years ago. I think it was like 2 years ago. Then COVID hit. We got pushed back again. Like I was just telling you, supposed to do it with Tough Enough out in Vegas. They wouldn't give us a pay-per-view. And with our social media platforms, I was like, dude, we got to embark on that somehow.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
We reached out. I guess Mike knows everybody out there. So Mike set it up. And it's my pro debut. I spar with a lot of amateur guys. I spar with a lot of pro guys. Jared fought UFC. I spar with him religiously. And honestly, everyone will see come September 18th that I'm not an amateur. I am a pro because I've been doing it for so long. So it wasn't a mindset where I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go pro. I already knew that if that was the case, I'm not going to be able to go back to amateurs. And after this fight, it won't be my only fight. I have other fights lined up through Rob. He has some connections.
Very cool.
Heck yeah.
With Valley Fight Series and stuff like that. And I might be taking another fight in October if I get clearance. If everything goes good with this fight, I might be fighting in my hometown out here in LA. So it's just something that I'm passionate about now. And I like punching people in the face. And it was just something like, at the end of the day, I have to let everybody know who's the world's toughest Ranger. I can't be claiming these things if he hasn't fought the toughest. Yeah, now everyone thinks that Jason Frank is the toughest, but JDF can step in the ring and come up to 205 after me and Michael Astor wants to. So, it's exciting for me. I'm training my butt off. I've lost over 65 pounds. I'm in the best of my life. I started this fight camp 2 years ago. I believe at like 275. I was walking around 265. I'm currently weighing in at 210 right now with 10% body fat. I'm honestly, I'm more grateful for the opportunity to be able to put myself in this position with the physical aspect of it and showcase my martial arts capabilities. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a great night. I got a lot of support. I have a lot of fans and friends and family that actually are coming out to Utah.
Very cool.
I was, when I first took this fight, I was like, damn, it's in his hometown. Shit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to do that. I tried to finagle it. I was like, hey, bro, why don't we just do it out here? And he wasn't for it. So if he wants a rematch after I beat him up, he's going to have to come out here and we'll do a rematch in my home.
So you guys are actually, Mike is coming up in weight to meet to fight, right? Are you guys fighting at 205?
205. Yeah, Mike's
205
and coming up to 205. Normally, he normally fights at what, 155, 175?
170.
Yeah, 170. Yeah.
Welterweight.
He steps in that ring and we go 5 minutes. 50, 60 pounds is going to weigh on you, buddy.
Yeah. I'm doing the opposite. I started fighting at 205 and I've gone down to I just had my first fight at 170. That's usually the way it goes, but I get it. Yeah. Unique. You got to make it work, right? Because of power and everything, but
tried to make it work. And I was such a bigger guy. There was no way I was getting below 205.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
6'2". I walk around normally around 220. So with this cut and this, fight camp that I'm going through, getting to 205 is not going to be hard because I'm already kind of there.
Yeah.
And the rest of it's just water weight. You guys know. It's a water cut for me for 5 pounds. And that'll probably happen the week of. I fly into Utah on the 13th and I got an Airbnb out there with a swimming pool and stuff. So my regimen will be wake up, run, pad work, cool off by laps in the pool and stuff to keep my cardio up and get adjusted to that altitude.
So the after parties at your Airbnb?
Yeah,
no, that's the thing. We really wanted an after party at a venue, but the guy that I was talking to, he was like, man, I'm having a hard time with these venues out here because there's no liquor license or something.
Welcome to Utah.
There's
places, but
there's places you can go. There's places you can go.
You should hit up Jason. He knows all the places.
Be on Saturday, day of fight, and then my fiance and the kids and everything, they have another Airbnb, so I'll probably be staying with them the night of the fight if I don't get a hotel somewhere with the team.
Okay,
very cool.
Yeah,
very cool. So the one thing that's really interesting to me about this is you guys to your core are martial artists, right? He grew up traditional martial arts backgrounds. Mostly what we see, especially in the SteelFist cage, is two dudes that just want to fight that have been training at an MMA gym. But like you said, you just experienced going to some of your first fights. Usually it's the wild west, man.
Yeah. They don't know how to move. They're very flat-footed. They're very uncoordinated. I was watching my buddy, David, the guy that he beat the number 6 dude ranked in the state for Valley Fight Series. And that fight was probably the only good fight. Everybody else is coming out and chunking them, throwing the hands and just trying to get a knockout.
Just throwing overhands.
With it at all. So I think since with his background and my background, it's a good main event. You guys will see a good fight. It's going to be a quick one for me, honestly. I am very confident in my capabilities and what I'm doing and training and sparring, and we're going 75% in sparring. We're not holding anything back. So my ground game's pretty good. I'm a white belt with 4 stripes in jiu-jitsu. I started this being very humbled, because I know Mike does have some ground game. So I've been rolling with a lot of big, heavy guys and rolling with dudes that are in their 250s and 240s and 205s and even dudes that are in their 155s. So my ground game has stepped up tremendously. And if I win by submission, my coach said he's promoting me to my blue belt in the ring. So that's another huge, I'll get 2 belts that night if that's the case. So it's just a new experience for me. And it's the motto at our gym is, you stay humble or you get humbled. And I've always been the humble person. I've always been very humble throughout my whole career going into any type of tournament. I do hold world titles in Vegas. I'm sitting here looking. Here, I'll flip it around so you guys can see it.
Yeah, flip it.
Let's check it.
I can't really flip it, but I got 2nd degree, 3rd degree, 4th degree, world titles, Jiu-Jitsu Open. I took gold in Jiu-Jitsu Open as a white belt. So, I've just been staying focused with what my passion is and staying focused on this fight. I was going to be competing in Fullerton for the Jiu-Jitsu World League again, but coach said no, it's too close to fight day. So I'm going to do Jiu-Jitsu Worlds in Vegas in October, and just keep it at that. And I love Jiu-Jitsu now. It's opened up a whole new eye-opening experience for me. The ground is fun, and I like to get out there and roll with these guys. And it is what it is. If he goes to the ground, he's in for a world of pain.
I like it.
I mean, Jiu-Jitsu. We joke about it all the time. There's always a bigger fish, right? Like if you're not humble in Jiu-Jitsu, there's always a bigger fish somewhere.
Yeah. Jiu-Jitsu is you don't have to be a big, strong dude.
No.
It's all technique.
Yeah.
It's all technique.
Yep. Yeah, for the most part. Man, so what do you think? So there's a big saying, like people talk about ring rust and ring rust and ring rust. Obviously, this will be your first time competing in a cage. But for Mike, I believe he hasn't fought since 2017. So, I mean, yes, he has 12 fights of experience, but it's been a while. Do you feel like that there's an advantage there that this is your first experience?
Experience is going to hold him up, honestly, because I'm coming full swing. I'm coming to win this belt. There's no chance in my mind. I'm doing it for my kids. My kids are going to be ringside. It's a different feeling as a father to put a show on for your kids and know exactly what's going to happen. I've been training my ass off night and day. Not only do I do Muay Thai Monday, Wednesday, Friday with sparring and jiu-jitsu, but I do have a boxing coach Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I'm running 5 miles a day. My conditioning is all the way up. I'm taking this fight very seriously. So I hope that he's doing the same. I see him training, on his spare time. I know he has a studio to run and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, this is more for me than just a belt. It's to prove and show everybody what I'm really capable of. And my martial arts is going to showcase that.
I think that's awesome, man. It is different. And I've consciously thought before. My oldest son is 9. He comes to my fights. And I mean, there are moments in a fight where it's like, I'm conscious that he's watching me. Right. 100%. And it was my second fight, my first fight that he came to. I had somebody had me in an armbar and it was pretty deep. And I just remember thinking, I'm like, I am not tapping in front of my kid.
Yeah.
You work your way out of it, but it helps use that motivation,
Yeah. He's 8 and he's full on into this. He's been with me since the day we started training camp a year ago over at GTA. He started a white belt in jiu-jitsu. He just got promoted to his gray belt in jiu-jitsu.
Cool.
The gold in Jiu-Jitsu World League. He beat 17 kids. I'm beyond proud of that kid, and I hope that the feeling will be mutual when I win the belt and take home the prize at the end of the day, and he'll be in the ring with me celebrating.
That's nice.
It's a good feeling.
Hey, Blake, do you guys make an appearance at Fan X during that weekend, or do you have nothing to do with that?
Pride, man. Fan X is a really hard show to get in. I've been doing Comic-Con since 2010.
Yeah.
My manager, he's been reaching out to them religiously. Like, we don't even need flight, hotel, none of the stuff that we normally require, guarantees and stuff like that. We're already going to be there. They should want table. They should want us to promote and have the fans, because a lot of Power Ranger fans do go to that show. There are other Rangers at that show that I do know of that'll be there that weekend. So maybe there's some stipulations where they don't want, most of the time there's a contingency. If there's these Rangers here, we don't want these Rangers here. So if that's the case, that's probably what's holding us back. But I think even with our pay-per-view sales, and I think with the in-person seat sales and stuff like that, with our promoting that we've been doing, I think it's still going to be a good event. We're still going to turn out and make some good money.
Oh, it's going to be, it'll be. At the
end of the day, like I told Mike, I was like, I'm a businessman. My family comes first, but my business comes second. So we wanted to make money with this. And originally I was like, yo, dude, at the end of the day, we could do it at a Comic-Con. We could sell out tremendous amount of seats. If we did it at like Power Morphicon, where we have 10,000 attendance, we could have made $100,000 each easily with this fight. And he didn't want to do it. He wanted to keep it sanctioned. He wanted to keep it respectful. And I agree with that 100%. I was like, okay, cool. You do it then. Whatever you want to do, you let me know and I'll meet you in the middle with it. And that's what we did.
Okay. Time out real quick though. Did you say you could fight and make $100,000 each and you guys didn't set that up?
For a fact, we could have.
That's crazy.
That is.
Look,
hey, sign me up. I'll walk out in a Power Ranger suit. I'll fight you, dude. I'm skinny now. I'm skinny and small now. You come knock me out for $100,000. I don't care.
You would get me in the cage for that, Zach. That's how you would get me in the cage. There you go.
I say that even if we wouldn't have made $100,000, we probably could have got close by like $80,000, right?
I'm not holding you to the number, but that's a lot of money.
here's the thing. At the end of the day, Power Morphicon is one of our biggest Comic Cons. It's only Power Rangers, where we have every single Power Ranger from every season, right? And it's hosted out here in Pasadena, California. There's normally between 10 to 15,000 in attendance. If we sold $100 seats at that Comic Con and we were promoting it for a year, what, baby? I'm on a podcast. Hold on.
Let her come on. That's all
yeah,
good.
she can come on. You can come on.
We're a family-friendly podcast. Well, most of the time.
Hi.
Wave. I'm on the phone. Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Great. Good job, girl. So yeah, at the end of the day, I was like, yo, dude, if we can't get it through a sanctioned fight, if these companies keep saying no, let's just set it up and do it on our own dime. I'll put money into it. We'll get a ring. We'll get a cage. I have plenty of connections out here in LA, and we could have got it done, but he didn't want to do it that way. And
well, I dig the sanctioned fight thing, but I'm also saying, like, look at the day and age that we're at. You don't want to
TikTok.
You don't want to fight Fiji. That guy's terrifying.
But
well, I mean, what's ironic is, like, look at this weekend. Look at this weekend. We have Tyrone Woodley and Jake Paul fighting.
Yeah,
dude, these MMA guys
on a Sunday.
On a Sunday. One, they don't like what the Paul brothers are doing, but you all better believe that if the money talks, man, and they all know, like, yep, I'm gonna get paid.
At the end of the day, he's going to put a lot of money in Tyrone's pocket. And everybody that I know in the MMA world, yeah, you could be an MMA guy, but boxing is totally different, bro. And and the Paul brothers are boxers. I hate to say it, and I hate to admit it, because I hate getting ass, but he knows how to sell tickets. He knows how to sell money. And unfortunately, he does know how to box.
Well, he trains hard.
He trains hard. He does. He's an athlete. Yeah.
I know his manager, Polo. I used to go to their house and watch with Victor Ortiz. I'm good friends with boxer Victor Ortiz. I used to go. He gets knocked out in the ring multiple times. They're really going 100%. He's a real boxer. My prediction is, I mean, I hate to say it because Tyrone Woodley's one of the greats in the MMA world, but he's not going to be able to beat Jake Paul. MMA, I think, totally different than boxing. And we will see that on Sunday. And hopefully after this fight,
Blake, we need to have a friendly wager.
I'm with you on that, Blake.
I'm T Wood all way. I'm not picking. I'm not picking a Paul brother.
But here's the thing: after this fight with those two guys, this will be Jake's hardest fight because Woodley is a stand-up fighter. However, we need to see Jake fight a real boxer.
Yeah,
we need to see him fight a real boxer. And you know what? I hate to say it because I really wanted to see him fight Tommy Fury. But why is that dude on his undercard?
I don't know. That's weird.
They were going. Like, that would have been a great fight for Jake because they're both really good boxers.
And the guy that Tommy Fury's fighting a short guy too, right? Isn't he like towers over that guy?
Gonna demolish him, just like how I'm gonna demolish Mike.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
But yeah, we need to see that guy fight a real boxer because what he's fought already is a retired NBA player and Ben Askren, which Ben admitted, I just did it for the fight. He came in.
It's $500K. Who cares?
Yeah, $500K.
Totally out of shape.
Yeah, he didn't care.
So
cardio is what wins fights, just like in basketball. Defense wins games.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna circle back to your fight again. So if you ever do set up a giant Power Ranger fight that's generating that type of ticket sales, I'll be on the undercard. I'll fight anybody you want. Francis Ngannou, whatever.
Here's the thing. The way I think that if it was like another Power Ranger fight event, if I were to fight like Jason David Frank, that would be a huge money-making plot scheme. Or even if Mike fought him, say if Mike won and Mike got a chance to fight him, either Ranger would make so much money off that, and the undercard would be so much better because we would have more time to plan it. And these fans really love Jason David Frank.
Here's how you do it too. Go get one of the local promoters to put their promoting license and you guys put the show together. It's like what FitCon does. If you're familiar, I don't know, like FitCon here in Utah, they put on fights, but it's the Fierce Fight promotion that technically puts on the fight to get it sanctioned. Yeah, but they're FitCon fights and they're fights at FitCon. You guys could do something like that.
100%.
It could be done. 100%. It could be done. And
I'm in. Blake, I'm in.
The way that we set this up with the whole World's Toughest Ranger thing and the belt and things like that, that's great because whoever wants to come and take that belt afterwards, more than welcome. Come on.
I like it.
I like it.
So
I like it.
I'm excited. There's a lot of fights on the undercard for us, actually. Was there like 10, 11 fights?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's
You ready for this? So there is a kid that fights out of our gym, Cole Faust, that's defending his 155 title.
Sick.
You're going to want to go back and rewatch his fight. Yes, I'm biased. I love him. He has a great family. I know his family. He's cornered me my last 2 fights. I love him. He is the future of the MMA. Like his generation, he's that kid. He's been training since he was 5. He's a killer. I mean, he's got four. He's legit everywhere.
And Luke, who's Fiji,
really good. Fiji's fighting too.
He's fighting on that card too. The Luke, we call him. He goes by Fiji. Yeah, he's heavyweight. He's fighting on that card too. It's going to be a good card.
Sick. I'm excited. Yeah, there's a lot of fights. Like I was just telling Zack when I went last weekend to Valley Fight Series up in Fresno, California, and I watched all my teammates compete in this amateur event. It really gave me the itch. Like hearing the cracks in the. Oh man, I love that. I loved it. And I can't wait to showcase it. I wanted to get in there with my guys. Now my guy that I train with every day, my sparring partner, my jiu-jitsu partner, everything like that, he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. He's really solid. And he just beat the number 6 dude in state for amateur, and he got the belt, which I was proud of that guy. So proud of him. So amateur is amateur anywhere. So maybe we can get him next time on a card up with you guys at SteelFist or something. He could fight somebody up there.
I think we could find him a fight. Absolutely. What weight is he?
155.
I think we could find him a fight.
Yeah, we could find him a fight.
I told Mike he should just go back to 155 and fight my training partner.
Ooh, maybe that's a possibility after this.
So yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for this. It's getting closer. It's fun. I'm excited. Everything that's going to pan out for it. The fights. I won't be able to watch the fights, unfortunately, because I'll be in the back getting ready and stuff.
Yeah, right? I'm going to say you're going to want to get the pay-per-view. Yeah, they did. They actually did. Okay. So I was the main event for the last one, and we had 15 fights. I had 5 teammates fighting before me, and I got to watch.
So let me ask this. It starts at 7. What time did you go on if you were the main?
11:50.
Yeah, you're going to be
plan
on a late night.
Oh, I already know, because when we were there last weekend, I was just like, Jesus, they just kept pushing it back. It's supposed to start at 7, then it originally started at 8.
Find me a fight promotion that starts on time, and I'll cut you a check for a
grade. They do a pretty good job. SteelFist is pretty good. If they start great. At 7, they'll be by 7:15. They're rolling, and they'll be cranking them.
Here's
right. Amateurs 2 minutes, right? 2 3-minute rounds.
3 3-minute. In Utah, it's 3 3-minute rounds.
Okay.
Vegas is 2. So here is the thing that I will say that you're the luckiest with. We sponsor a kid, our podcast, from Ohio. He trains with UFC fighters down in Vegas. He's the man. And he's come up and fought for 2 different shows here in Utah. And all he talks about is how lucky we are to have a promotion like SteelFist, an amateur promotion that puts on amateur fights, and then they put on pro fights too, obviously. But have promotions like SteelFist here locally. Like it's one of the best ran shows in the country.
It looks good, man. I followed him on Instagram and I looked at the venue and stuff like that, and I was like, man,
the venue's awesome to fight.
Venue's
That's
phenomenal.
The only venue I fought in. I fought 6 times there. It's an awesome venue to fight in.
Sick.
You're gonna love the environment.
They have like this is how they do it in Fresno.
Yeah.
This is cool because they got an upper balcony, so there'll be people basically looking down on you in the cage, and obviously around the cage too.
Awesome. The energy is awesome in there.
Yeah,
you love it.
Cool deal.
All right, Blake, man, we've probably taken too much of your time today. So do you want to give a shout out to anybody? Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
All my sponsors: Hustle Matters Syndicate, Parent Construction, Buy My Doors. Who else? Fight Me Clothing. Team Foster, man. GTA. Big shout out to my coach Rob Gooch. Everybody over at GTA and Gooch Training Academy. Everybody up at Chatsworth Karate. Mark Cox. Mr. Carlin. Everybody like that. I appreciate you guys' time. Team Foster's coming to SteelFist Fight Night, and we gonna show what time it is, guys.
I'm excited. It'll be a fun night.
Thanks again, Blake, for joining us. We appreciate it. September 18th, SteelFist Fight Night. We will see you guys then, baby. We out.
Peace.